Greetings and welcome, people. You join. Put this mic out of mine now. The Mighty Beanstick on what might be the last vlog of 2017. Because after today, not only is the weather supposed to be not very good, but of course we're just over a week away from Christmas, which is probably my favourite time of year. I think I may have mentioned that in another vlog. So I may not get another chance to go out before the new year. So I wanted to take this opportunity to thank any and all of you who have stopped by and sat your way through what must be quite ordinary looking videos compared to some motovloggers. And to wish you all a Merry Christmas. And I appreciate I take a chance by saying things like that, because I know some people don't celebrate Christmas. They don't mark it as a holiday of any sort. Well, they have the time off because everywhere shuts for Christmas Day at the moment, unless you go to a Chinese or an Asian store. But I do mark Christmas. I enjoy Christmas. I enjoy the run up to Christmas, especially now that we have a family birthday that is close to Christmas behind us. Although we do have one extra special event this year. It doesn't normally happen, and that is my eldest daughter, the day after tomorrow, will be presented with her master's degree, the graduation ceremony up in London. So very proud of her. Big achievement. She's considering going for a doctorate. But time and finances may not allow that to happen. So, but I think those are the only considerations that stop it from happening. I'm sure that if she had the time and money, she would be perfectly capable of doing it. And of course I have two other children, I'm just as proud of them. Probably don't tell them enough, but then I suspect I'm like quite a lot of parents. You love your kids, it's the most important thing in your life. Just don't kill them enough. So yes, Christmas. Love it, love it, love it. I always have. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times in possibly at least one other video, one other vlog. In fact, I don't know why I'm coming this way. I think it's because I've distracted myself with my vlogging. Take it easy on these cold roads. I know they've had the sun on them for a bit now, but it would have got very chilled last night. It was quite a frost last night. It's still present this morning. So taking it easy. I'm not in a race. I want to get where I'm going safely and get home safely so that I can be with my family and enjoy Christmas. And so I know some people, they either don't mark Christmas for religious reasons, or some people don't mark Christmas because they feel it's over-commercialised, too much pressure to buy this, buy that. And I agree, there is a lot of commercial pressure. You only have to watch the ludicrous advertising on television and in the papers. You have to have this city in time for Christmas. You have to have that kitchen installed. Well, you won't get a kitchen installed in time for Christmas now, but this item or that item or whatever, you must have this for Christmas. If you don't have this, the implication is that you won't have Christmas, because it's utter rubbish. Christmas Day is December the 25th. It will arrive regardless of whether you have a new settee or new carpets or any other product that is being pushed on television, in the papers and in the magazines. I know that in our household we have the sort of Christmas we want. It's formed of a lot of the traditions that we inherited from our parents, or in my case from my mother, because my father was hardly ever around at Christmas. And a lot of them are traditions that we built up ourselves. Certain things we have, decorations, we have a Christmas box that we buy, little treats, chocolates and special biscuits and things that once we get past Christmas Day, we start well, we might even open some of them before Christmas Day, because I suppose really, certainly from my point of view, Christmas has started. I know we haven't actually had the day yet, but to me, we are in Christmas. I'm such a Christmas nut. I look forward to next Christmas from Boxing Day of this Christmas, so it's, here we go. Are we going to go for it? We are. Yeehaw! Oh yeah. I only tweaked the speed limit just a tiny bit. That wasn't silly. Get this bike up to speed, up to temperature. I know I said just now that I agree that the run-up to Christmas is rampant with commercialisation, advertising, etc., etc. But one of my most abiding memories of Christmas was not long after my wife and I were married. I think we'd just moved into our first house in the town where we lived. Obviously, we wouldn't move into a house in the town where we didn't live. And we lived in Margate, and being on the North Kent coast, where there's nothing between the town and the North Pole but a few oil rigs and some polar bears. That area did tend to get very chilly in winter. Didn't have an awful lot of snow, but it got very cold. Yeah, it's here somewhere that I slipped the other day. I think there's some diesel on the road. Yes, you just wait there, thank you. And we'd been out shopping in the high street, and it was late in the afternoon, so it was dark, it was cold, but of course all the shops were lit up. People were bustling here and there with parcels and bags and things, some people carrying trees and stuff. It's probably a few days before Christmas, so it's probably a bit late for getting a tree, but I know, people can't get everything done a week or two before Christmas. Sometimes it takes a bit longer, maybe work or other reasons. But they were putting Christmas in their house, and I just remember that walking up the street with the shopping with my wife, and the lights and the cold, and at that moment I thought, yeah, Christmas. And of course, just recently, in fact it was last Tuesday, this Tuesday just gone, we went to the carol service at Chichester Cathedral, which we've done for some years now, and that was absolutely amazing. I defy anybody, even if you're not a religious person, to not be moved by a performance like that. The choir performed Silent Night, which obviously everybody knows, but instead of us all singing along, we just listened to the choir singing, and it was amazing, fantastic. And is this person going to choose which lane they want to be in? No, they're just going to go down the middle. And of course you come out of the cathedral into the cold and dark, and all the Christmas lights are on, the shop lights. And obviously the shops had closed by that time, so it was no opportunity to go shopping, which is fair enough. That wasn't what we were there for. It was absolutely amazing. Love it. Don't get me wrong, I'm no religious nut job. I just love the time of year. I love the atmosphere. That's one of the reasons I like going to carol services. I'll even go to 2 or 3 if I can. It's for the atmosphere. So here we are, coming into Chichester on a Saturday afternoon, just over a week before Christmas, and as anticipated, it is absolutely mental. Hopefully I will be able to get my bike in a free parking space in the car park. If I can't get in the Little London one, I'll probably have to turn around and go back to the cattle market. Don't think you're going to park that in there from that distance, my friend. Normally a great long queue along here. But anyway, right, I shall stop the vlog temporarily for now while I go and do a bit of shopping. I have to get some cash first. And get back to you shortly. No, I'm not calling you Shorty. Catch you in a bit. Okay, that's that little bit of important shopping done. Glad I was on the bike, even though it was chilly, not as cold as it was. Not as cold as it was the last time I rode into Chichester. I'd say it's very pleasant at the moment. Certainly cool enough to not get you overheated in all your bike gear while you're manoeuvring your machine around. Very nice. And yes, of course, it was manic in the city centre, as you'd expect. Oh, charming, yes. I'm afraid they don't grow if you water them. Typical taxi driver. Absolutely zero stuffs given. No, I'm not going to cut down the other lane in front of this car. It looks very dodgy just there. Something on the road. I don't know what this driver thinks they're doing. Yes, I know perfectly aware that the speed limit is just that, a speed limit, not a target. That was interesting. My heated grip automatic switch off works. Thank you, Digital. Your product works. It's a shame you seem to have discontinued it with no replacement product. I think you should have done your marketing a bit better on these grips, because they are, I'm sure, every bit as good as the box of products. So yes, potentially last ride of 2017. As I was saying, I do hope you have a safe and enjoyable time, whatever you choose to do, however you choose to spend the period from now until the 2nd of January. It's strange how people have different ideas of how to enjoy and have a good time over festive times, party times. I remember some years ago, when I was still back in full-time work, I remember coming back to work after the New Year, and I overheard one of my colleagues say something along the lines of, I must have had a fantastic Christmas and New Year because I don't remember a thing. And that to me is absolutely tragic. It's Christmas. I'm definitely more about Christmas than New Year. Definitely slippy on that roundabout. I really wish I could have made this a longer ride. Absolutely perfect day for it. Zero bugs in the air. Roads are clean and dry. Absolutely loving it. But time presses, things to be done. Already under a verbal warning for not having written not only enough Christmas cards, but actually I haven't written any yet, so I better get cracking. It's not quite such an onerous task as it used to be. Why that guy's on the main road with this kid on a push bikes and there's a flipping cycle park just there. Absolute madness. Anyway, this child, his responsibility. I feel sorry for the car driver that knocks the poor little soul off of that bike and injures him or worse. That driver will live with that for the rest of their life. Yeah, so writing cards. Of course, it used to be back in the day, even though I've been in IT all my life, all my working life I should say, apart from the first few months which was complete abort type career. It was horrible. And I prefer not to think of it as part of my working life. But being in IT, way back in the early days, of course, people didn't have many computers in their homes. It wasn't until people like Sinclair and that brought out the personal computers, the home PCs, home computers. And then of course IBM came out in the early 80s with the PC, which when it first came out was way beyond the reach of normal people to buy, until the people started producing clone IBM PC or IBM PC clones. But even then I still didn't, even though I worked with them at work, didn't have one at home for a long time, but then got one. But it still took a few years for me to think, hang on a second, we're writing these cards, which I don't mind, I've got no objection to writing the message inside the card or writing the to and from bit, that's fine. But it's the monotonous writing out of the name and address on the front. So a few years ago we decided to use a small Avery label printing program to compile a name and address database for our cards, which we duly did. So every year we now print out the names and addresses. They look much neater. Very few chances of mistakes when you're writing the name and address out, because you're not writing, you're typing into a database, and if it looks wrong when you type it in, you correct it. And there's room on each label for a nice Christmas-related graphic, which for the last few years has been a Christmas candle, and very nice it is too. It just adds a little bit of extra touch of festiveness. So we still have to obviously write the to and from inside the card. I did some years ago think about writing out the from bit, digitizing it, scanning it, and running the cards through an inkjet printer and printing the from, because it's always the same. So then I realised two things. One, every card would have to be the same size and shape. Obviously, because you're doing a constant print of a graphic in the same place on a piece of paper. Excuse me. You would have to feed each card through manually, because you can't multi-feed even thin card, really. I don't think it will work. It's probably more prone to jamming or damaging the printer. And three, I think we're on three. My wife wasn't in favour of the idea, so I suppose in a sense she's right, but it does take some of the personalisation side of it out, that you're not actually writing the message yourself, although you did in the first place, but never mind. So yeah, we write the message in the card, well not the whole message, we write the to and from, and stick the label on the front, and a card, and a card, obviously stick the card inside. We're going to get the green in a second. I think we are going to get the green in a second. Yep, here we go. No point filtering just for 2 cars when we're nearly on the green anyway. Stick a stamp on the front. The only onerous part of the whole process really is that a lot of the envelopes is licking the flipping adhesive. Yuck, it is disgusting. Why can they not make envelope adhesive at least taste of nothing? If they can't make it taste nice, please make it taste of nothing. And then you might get hooked on it, I suppose, and end up standing in the card shop taking all the cards off the shelves, licking the envelope, taking the envelopes off the shelves, licking the adhesive strip. I suppose it would be too expensive for them to make them all self-adhesive. Oh well. Things you do for Christmas, but I still love it.